Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, April 14th, 2021. All right, let's see what we got going. And the YM is in a trade that's gone too far, so we will look for a new setup there. And markets just opened. That trade is gone too far on the Russell as well. Let's take a look at what happened on crude. Now let's see, what do we got? Yeah, flat on soybeans at the moment. Good morning, Jeff. And there is our first trade of the morning on soybeans. Entry at 81.75, and we'll go to target 2 at 79.75 for 2 positions there, because it's target 1 is less than 6 ticks, and we'll have to work down through the 200 EMA there. And good morning, Johnny. Pound Aussie got it done this morning, short from 76.09. Looks like it hit our target 1 and money management on the nose, and so we got target 1 and the rest of the positions come off with 1 pip for a one and done session. Not a lot, but all it takes. So crude starting at 9 a.m. This trade is 9 seconds, but very likely spiked up and back down too fast to trade. And we have a trade off the SMA, 20 SMA that did the same thing. That one in 4 seconds. So that one's definitely not tradable. And finally, we come to the long. Sets up at 36. We get a spike through in 3 second bar. We got the spike through to 37. I would put my entry at 38. 39 is not. 39, I probably wouldn't go that far for 2 reasons. One, you're right at a key level, and 2, you don't necessarily need 2 ticks off of that. If it goes through by 1, it's likely to go on, and you're knocking off a couple of ticks with each, a couple of ticks of profit with each tick you adjust, because you're trading 2 positions, and that's $10 a tick for your adjustments. So, but anyway, adjusting to 38 gives you 14 and 24, so 38 tick profit on that trade. Does hit targets 1 and 2, and one and done sessions. Unleaded, coming at 9 o'clock. We get this short, 10 seconds, but same. Oh, that came back down. Yeah, I would have adjusted around the. And we've got an entry at 46, or an entry at 47, and we spiked through to 46. I would take that down to 44, and that would have stayed out of the trade. And we come into the long that is successful, giving us a target 2 at 58 ticks and trailing up to 24.12. And here is an SMA. We did get a new trade on the YM while I was looking at those. That's an SMA trade, so that's a diamond level from 674. That has hit target 1 for 37 ticks and trailing at 687 now. From an entry at 74. So the YM will be one and done for those trading that SMA trade. And that's exactly the kind of trade that I would be looking for. The first pullback into the 20 on a strong up move like that. $7.23 now for the stop. And we got target 2 positions at target 2 and target 3 on soybeans, and looks like 7 ticks on the trailer. So we got 16 and 12 for 7 points, 8 3/4 points on the trade. $437.50. So one and done on soybeans. It looks like no trades on the Russell so far. That uptrend was not something we could trade. 747 for the YM stop. So a 9 a.m. crude mini session is one and done, as is the unleaded session, also starting at 9 o'clock. Soybeans is one and done. The YM is one and done, although it's still trailing, 754 now. Going through all 4 targets. There's a third pullback into the balance line. See if there's pushing through session highs and continuing on. So a nice, interesting. The Russell is seeming to be pulling back. Let's see what unleaded did on Catapult with an 8:45 start. So there is our first trade. Definitely in it. And then you hit money management and stop out for a break even. 1 tick. And we have a short, plenty of time to get in and get to break even. Do we get? Yes, there's target 3. And a couple of ticks on the trailer. And we have a possible long. triggers in and gives us a full stop. 42, yeah, most likely did get in that. And another long that goes for just a break even. And that's a long that with no trigger. And we have a full stop long. So that's 2 losses. We get a winning short. Few ticks on the trailer. Actually, that was 4 seconds to money management. That one unfortunately was not tradable probably. Then we have a long. Lots of time on that one. That one's definitely tradable. Get money management and target 3. This coming at 9:12. And a nice, here's that big up move. And this is the trade of the day on Catapult. 37 ticks to target. Entry was at 2406. And where will we go for the stop? There it is. 2619. So 213 ticks on the trailer to go with 37. So 250 ticks. That's $1,000+ trade. And that one will get us to POQ. And a nice session on unleaded. Had to work through it a little bit. And the YM stopping out at 764. If you didn't take that trade, now you do have this short from 796. 14 seconds. Maybe you got into that. Looks like it bounced right through the entry. But if you got it, you got a 24 tick target 1 or a 37 tick target 2, and still trailing. Currently at 722. Still at 722. Now, are we going to come back through the 50 or are we going to bounce back up now? Russell's showing some signs of moving back up. Certainly not certain yet. 711 now for the YM stop. And stopping out at 711. So the YM, one and done, whichever way you traded it, whether you used the SMA or you waited for the next gold level trade, which was the short. Both trades successful in one and done session. So lots of one and dones this morning. There's our first trade on the Russell. 19.9. Lots of time to get in it. Still hasn't triggered. So 1, 2, 3, 4 one and dones, 5 one and dones. Catapult on unleaded took a few trades, but ultimately did very well. And short on the Russell triggering in. We have hit money management. Stop is at 20.1. That was a major key level. So we leave a couple of ticks of risk on. And looking for 17.3 for target 3. Need one more push down to get to target. If you take profit at target, we're taking profit earlier than target 3, then I would have the stop and stopping out for a couple of tick loss on the Russell. That's the catapult. Using Unirenko on NinjaTrader, 15 tick bar with a 5 tick offset. So it's a 5 trend, 10 offset, and 25 reversal, matching up with the TradeStation custom Renko, 1.5 point brick size, 0.5 offset, and a long now on the micro Russell. And that's a full stop out. So break even and a full stop. And another short. 18.4. Triggered in. $17.3 for money management. Russell right around session open. That gold dotted line was the session open at 21.3 yesterday evening. Money management on the Russell. So 18.3. No, it hasn't come down yet. Oh, it hasn't hit its minimum. That's what it is. Minimum takes 14 ticks to break even. So yeah, that was down here. So we should, yeah, now we're at 18.3 for the stop. Right there. It's hiding at the top of that bar, previous bar. And stopping out for a single tick. So not able to get very far on the Russell this morning. We've had one loss. A 2-tick loss, a full loss, and a 1-tick break even. A 2-tick loss on a break even, a 1-tick gain on break even. 10 minutes to the crude session. Let's take a quick look at heating oil. Wow, big down move there. That starts at 9:30. See if we get to that one. No trade there, too fast. The short bounced down and came back up in 4 seconds, so that one's too fast to trade. 2 seconds on that one. That was too fast. Plenty of time on this short. That gets a full target and a nice trailer. Too fast on that one. Another one too fast. And unfortunately, that was the big long. It would have been too fast to trade. So after that move, I would take a break. Although here is a long that possibly, that looks like plenty of time to get in. Oh yeah, lots of time to get into that. And a second nice strong wins. Short doesn't trigger. Long looks like plenty of time. 11, 20. Yeah, plenty of time on this long. Getting to target 3 and trailing on this one as well. Just barely stopping out. That's 3 wins. That one looks like it was too fast. And it was. Same second. And that's where we are. So. All right, Russell. At that break even, we got. That one's going to be a full stop no matter what we do with it. And then we get a short, definitely plenty of time on that. That one is a, okay, yeah, that was, yeah, both of those are 1 ticks. So Russell not being very tradable this morning after a big move starting pre-market, coming back down fairly strong, but not giving us significant trades. So let's take a look and see what we have. There's our NQ. So let's go back and look at 9:34. This is the exchange time is central, so it would be 8:34 start. My timestamps are in Eastern, so that's why we're looking at 9:34. That one's that one's early. So our first opportunity is this one, the long at 27 seconds after. And you've got a wick down here with 10 seconds. So you pulled back, got a chance to get in there for all 4 targets and trail up almost to target 3. Short 8 seconds with a wick. Yeah, that one's, well, you should be in that one. There's money management. Target 3, target 4, still trailing. NQ doing the same thing that the Russell and kind of the YM. Strong up move, and then about YM didn't come down until a little later, but nice trailer there. And you get that one's probably avoidable. Well, no, it hit it the second time before going back and just touching the stop. So full stop there. Six seconds. This one probably went away too fast, but may have pulled back for an entry, and ends up being just a break even. The long, chances are, was spiked through too fast to trade. Takes a full stop. Short takes a full stop. Plenty of time to get in that one. Long cancels with no trigger. You got to crossover back down here. But you got no trade. And a new short, 14, 1, 2, 3 seconds. Still 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Yeah, money management in 4 seconds, so not able to get into that one. And it ends up being just a break even anyway. No short cancels. Now plenty of time to get in this one, and it meanders about. Money management, small trailer is all you get on that one, but that's the third successful trade. That's unfortunately, that one looks like it's going to be, that's going to be a full stop out on the long rather. And the short, plenty of time to get in it again. There's target 2 and just a small trailer. Lots of time to get in this long. Stopping and reversing the short, I would say that is adjusted to this full stop on the long. But goes through too fast to get initially, so you get the full stop out, but then you get into the short. Gets to break even. And now there's target 3 and a medium trailer. And then another long that doesn't get anywhere so far, and that's where we are now, is in this long. Questions, comments? We're 1 minute from crude inventory, or not inventory session, but the 10 a.m. crude session. Looks like crude is in a long and has a short setup. And we are in short setup at 102.83. The long setup, or well, no, it's going to be 81, I believe. And the long setup at 103.03. Oh, I see. I'm looking at micro crude. So there's the long triggering in. And money management and target one on crude. This will be a one and done session. All right. And it looks like the long trade ultimately stopped and reversed. And then the short trade also stops and reversed. Well, full stop out. There's a wick that'll get us into the long, and that gives us a break even. So problematic trading on the NQ this morning. Crude just missing target 2, it looks like. And target's up at 27. Looks like we got to 26. Oops, excuse me. Stop at 103.04. Pulling back into the balance line. And good morning to you, Pamela. Just in time for the crude session, 10 a.m. session. We're in the long. That was a get in sync. And hitting target 2. So that gets us 16 and 26 for 42 ticks on that one. After picking up 38 ticks on the 9 a.m. session, good morning on crude. And the trailer is at 103.09. Looks like it's going to come to 14 on this bar. Yep, there it is at 14. All right, folks, it's going to take some questions this morning because we are done with just about everything. Waiting on this crude trade. Coming up to 103.18 on the close of this bar. And it's definitely going to close above the balance line. So I would say go ahead and feel free to go ahead and move it up. As you got the bar where it's going to close, but it's just a matter of when it closes, because it's got to get one tick beyond that. And it goes the other way, and we go to 18. MNQ with a big down move now, or at least a fairly strong one. All right, looks like our next one will be 19 or possibly 20. Yeah, no, it's going to be 22. It closes up from here. And there's 22. Quite welcome, Johnny. We'll see where this target 3 and target 4 on crude stop at 24 now. Micro crude doing well as well. Let's take a look at this micro. We got a break even on the long. 38, 39. Looks like there's a wick that would get us in the trade. So tradable trade. 19.5 points to target 3. 19.5 and 25.5 to 3 and 4. Of course, the 39 points to the fixed target. And still trailing. Entry was at 125.25. And our stop now at 75.25 for 50 points. $250 per contract on a micro. $103.34 for the current stop on crude. Micro crude just went up to 103.39, as did full crude contract. Wow, another 25 plus points. So $375 on the trailer per contract on the micro NQ. And crude stopping out at 103.43 for a one and done 10 a.m. session. And the micro NQ stopping out at 46.75 from 125.75. So that's 79 points. $385 per contract. So, do we have any questions? That pretty well does finish off everything. And no problem, children, this morning. That's an unusual day. Everybody else, well, the Russell was kind of a problem child. It didn't treat us really very well. But everything else got positive. That's a fast session. 40 less than 45 minutes in, and we're through all of the charts I have up on the on here. Oh, wait a minute. One we didn't look at. See if there are any trades on the micro ES catapult. So 8:35 start, and that went away. No chance to get in sync with the long. It was too far too fast. The short is at 950, so that would have been a trade plan trade, hitting 3 targets. And still with just a 1 tick break even stop. 29.75 on the stop. Of course, that we only get 1 bar every 5 minutes on that. So let's take a look. That's a pretty good sized trade. 8 contracts on a $20,000 account for 2% risk. We get 8 1/4, 12 1/2, and 17 points. And then for 5 positions, that's going to be, okay, 2 contracts each through target 3, 1 on target 4 and 1 trailing. So we have 8 1/4, 12 1/2 is 20 3/4, 37 3/4. That's almost $190. Well, plus we get, yeah, and we've got 30, so it's 38 1/4 so far with the stop, trailing stop. So $191.50 or 25 cents. Yeah, $191.25. For for 8 micro contracts, less than 1 contract on the full ES. Okay, folks. Nobody's asking any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a morning. Day off tomorrow with the Good Friday holiday. So everybody have a wonderful weekend, and we'll crank it up again Monday morning. Troy Monday and Wednesday. I'll be Tuesday and Thursday next week as usual. So now you can see the stop. Now it's out of that big down bar on the micro ES. Pamela, you're quite welcome. Johnny, you have a good holiday as well. Everybody have a good one, and we'll see everybody next week.